A really significant day, not only for Rugby Australia, but for Indigenous Australians, our First Nations people, as we set off on this journey to provide access and opportunity, not only to high performance programs, but to participate in the great game of rugby and all the benefits that come from it.
We'll be travelling 4,500 kilometres through 14 regional towns throughout central western New South Wales, crossing the border into South Australia, and then we'll turn north and make our journey through to the spiritual home of our First Nations people, Uluru, before finishing in Alice Springs.
This is the first time it's happened, in Australian rugby history, and we're hoping that the game and all the things we're putting around it, around education and health and those sort of things, really gives a lot of people an opportunity to experience rugby.
In rugby, Wallabies great Glenn Ella is confident a new Rugby Australia program will help uncover a new generation of Indigenous talent. Over the next fortnight, the Dream Big Time initiative will travel through remote areas including Walgett, Coober Pedy and Alice Springs. It's hoped the campaign will unearth Indigenous men's and women's players in Sevens rugby.
Look, we want to get out there. We want to spread the word of rugby, how good the game it is and what opportunities it can give the Aboriginal kids. But, it might give them a chance to travel the world, to meet people and to play a great game.
The ultimate goal is to have players represent Australia in Sevens rugby at the 2024 Olympic Games.
We've seen that Indigenous athletes are perfectly suited to Sevens, with their natural instincts and innate ability to find space. The likes of Morris Longbottom and Mahalia Murphy already stars in the Australian team. We will be testing speed, fitness and skills. The top 130 players will be invited to attend the national camp in Sydney, with players vying for positions in both the male and female First Nations teams to compete in domestic and international competitions.
We've driven 3.5 hours from Lake to come to the games here, and it's just a chance to give her a chance to show what she can do. She loves the footy, she played it at school and she still loves it, so I'd like to give her the chance to go further with it. It's just following your dreams, I think.
They're always excited about people coming to the school showing us new skills. When I've seen it was a rugby union clinic, they were excited about that.
What comes from sport is, their social interaction, their goal setting, their motivation for change, their discipline that comes from sport can help them in their everyday life. With Dream Big Time, when we're looking at the elite level, and I think that's a great opportunity where we have a lot of kids in our region or even in our own town that have a lot of potential. If we can tap into that, then that can change their life.
With people coming into our town, it'll be good. Because with sports and all that, that's the big thing we need out here. If you keep coming back, it'll be real good for our community.
This message stick is a mark of our respect, a token of our appreciation, and it will be given to the elders for us to say thank you, and we'll be back.
Seen on Instagram and Facebook the talent, Mahalia Murphy, those type of players, and been waiting a few weeks for this. I was quite excited for it. It boosts our confidence up a little bit that someone's there actually watching us.
It brings hope. And that's what our community needs. Our community is, like I said, we've got no river, no nothing at the moment, and we're very forgotten about little community. But have you guys here and to showing these kids what the rugby sevens in Australia and elite players do, and so like we just done a few timings with the kids, and a few of the kids are running at that speed already without training, and especially people like Matt and Nat saying to them, listen, you're running at this, that brings hope, and you can see the light in the kids' eyes and in the youth's eyes, and they're going, I can actually do this.
It was pretty tough at the time we were doing it, but then after, it felt so good. We just kept pushing through it, each one of us just kept backing each other up.
love the idea of the program for the First Nations people because it gives a window and a door to open up for opportunities for our mob. Some of these kids have got raw natural talent.
There was some really talented girls, and I'm almost a little bit nervous for my spot, so hopefully they don't come in too soon, but at the same token, hope they do, because it'll be awesome for the women's team. And the men's, same thing. There's been some awesome talent with the men, some super quick boys, and here in Broken Hill we've seen quite a few AFL boys have some really good aerial skills which translate well to sevens, so it's exciting.
We're at the halfway mark of our journey. We've seen some great talent throughout the Central West and New South Wales, and I'm really excited to introduce some more kids to this great game in the next few days as we head up to the Red Centre.
Rugby was a vehicle that got me out of my hometown. Rugby was a vehicle that obviously got me into my first home. Rugby is a vehicle that allowed me to see the world. But it also is a vehicle that allowed me to bump heads with people that weren't of my background, that weren't of my culture, to be able to learn and engage them with regards to what makes us unique and again, what makes us different.
It means a lot to these fellas because when they get professional sportsmen like John Porch and Glenn Ella here, it just shows them maybe what they could potentially do when they get out on the other side.
And I think this is great. You know, we're a little country town. We don't get the opportunity to play rep footy very often, and we don't get the opportunity to make our mark on Australian teams, so this is brilliant. This is an awesome opportunity. Sport or rugby for some people is going to be the pathway to see the world and to be given 1 million opportunities to meet people, to create a career beyond rugby. Awesome, great. Tick that box. We've done what we've set out to do, not only promote the game but give people a pathway to better themselves.
Oh! If it's a football or an AFL ball or basketball, everything they do is so natural, and they just seem to be able to just pick it up and do it, and it's incredible to see. To get out here into this community and just learn a bit about their heritage and the way they do stuff, it's been pretty eye-opening, and it's a pretty humbling experience.
At the beginning, I'm a Gomeroi man. From the beginning of time, I'll be a Gomeroi man until I finish on this earth. I come from here, and as my family and my elders have taught me, I go back to here.
People to come and see that skill base that we do have here is really important, because they know, not from their parents or not from their coaches or not from people like that telling them that you're going good, you know. It's other people coming in and actually seeing that ability and that natural agility that Indigenous people have.
I think just sport in general does amazing stuff for mental health, so they're not sitting on the backsides dwelling. They can actually be out doing stuff and keep their minds active.
Rugby's a vehicle, and if we can use that vehicle to create a little bit of self-pride and a little bit of confidence, I'm all for that.